Ladies and gentlemen, you are certainly welcome back to my channel. Keith here from Come On The Hoop Celtic. If this is your first time viewing, please do hit that like and subscribe. So it appears that Brendan Rodgers will be confirmed as the Celtic manager within the next 24 hours. I'm going to talk you through why. On Monday, Michael Nicholson flew out to Mallorca to hold initial talks with Brendan Rodgers in regards to the vacant managerial role at Celtic, which Ange departed last week. On Tuesday, pictures of Brendan Rodgers arriving back in the UK on a private jet. And then yesterday, pictures of Dermot Desmond arriving in Glasgow on a private jet. Sky Sports broke the story that Celtic have held initial talks with Brendan Rodgers and they're not in any rush to appoint a new manager and are looking at other candidates. Well, that's escalated over the last 24 hours. The reason why is because Leeds United were interested in Brendan Rodgers. They've been relegated from the Premier League. They've been taken over from the San Francisco 49ers, and they were looking at Brendan as a replacement from Sam Allardyce, who briefly came in. So Brendan and Celtic held advanced talks today. Sky Sports confirmed, and Stephen McGowan, Daily Mail journalist, confirmed that Brendan Rodgers has his backroom staff, which is Jack Lyons and Gary Driscoll. These two guys worked under Brendan, obviously at Leicester and at Celtic as well. So John Kennedy's a big question mark. I don't know what's going to happen with John. Obviously, Brendan has came out and said that he wants John to be a part of his backroom staff, as sources have said, which Stephen McGowan has touched on his article in the Daily Mail. Will Harry Kewell, Gavin Strachan be relieved of their duties? Will they join Ange at Tottenham? You know, I think the B team should be fine. Steve McManus and Darren O'Dea will remain at the club. You know, it's an interesting time. Reportedly, his salary is going to be $2 million as well. Brendan Rodgers' salary, which is going to be the highest paid manager in Celtic history. Contract duration is a head scratcher. I'll be brutally honest with you. I don't know what the contract is. There's no point in me saying 2 or 3 years because I'll be just giving you false information. You know, so hopefully it is a 3-year contract. But reading these articles, looking at Dermot Desmond is willing to put the cash in to invest in Brendan Rodgers, not like the previous time where he didn't really get the cash injection he wanted to bring Celtic to a level where he can get out of group stages and actually win a knockout tie. This is what we're achieving. This is the next level for Celtic. We've done dominance of trebles and trebles, 5 trebles in 7 years, and Brendan was the start of it. He was the architect to it. You know, people might slate his football, but at the end of the day, you weren't complaining at the time when we went 69 games invincible, when we were winning trebles. You know, when Scott Sinclair was banging in goals, like 25 goals a season, when Lee Griffiths was on fire, when Dembele was on fire. People weren't complaining then, you know, Stuart Armstrong. And they weren't complaining the second season as well. And then what happened in regards to him leaving in February 19? It was a disgrace. But time heals wounds, as I said. No one's perfect. I think he'll come in, you know, he'll change the culture, he'll get players even fitter than Ange's players. You might have that momentum, you'll never stop still kicking in there. It will be a different style of football from Ange's, but there's been a lot of talk of Ange recently, that reports that Ange was talking to Spurs back in February. I don't know how accurate it is, but if it's true, and he dodged the question on Trophy Day when he said he's going to stay at Celtic, and then gave the Tommy Burns quote on Trophy Day, and then kind of gave the inspiration quote after winning the treble back at Celtic Park. I think that's very, very snaky in itself. Now, Ange brings us phenomenal moments, sailed the ship for Celtic, got us back winning trophies and winning trebles, but that's not a bad way of business, isn't it? Like, at the end of the day, the club should have given Ange a longer contract. Yes, he probably would have went to Spurs because money talks anyway, but I think with Brendan Rodgers, I think he knows quite well. And if he has snubbed off Leeds for Celtic because of wants to redeem himself, get himself back in the ladder, because Celtic are a more attractive club, you know, Champions League football. Who wants to play in the Championship? I know he played in the Championship, obviously with Swansea, got them promoted and stuff like that, but it's a different level. It's a different level, and at the end of the day, some fans, about 10% of fans won't welcome him back, and I can understand that, but people are coming around to it. People are coming around to that they know that he's going to hit the ground running and he's going to bring success. and he's going to keep the other side of Glasgow quiet as well. So that's really it from me. I will talk about the black kit tomorrow. It's an absolute belter. We'll go into more detail about it tomorrow. But do like and subscribe to the channel. And I'll speak to you all soon. Hail, hail.